Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. And you will be wondering, no, this is not my golf club. So we are with...
Newer than your golf club.
It's probably newer than my 7 wood actually, but we are with Mid Handicap Dave today. We are talking what's in the bag, and Dave is not the man of the people, he's the man of the hybrids.
Indeed I am.
And we might be looking for another one today. So Dave's used hybrids. Dave, like we've seen, or we will see next week, Dave has a set of irons that go up to a 6 iron. And then as a result he then has a 5 hybrid and a 4 hybrid.
Yep.
And we might be looking at something in between the 5 hybrid and his 6 iron, because it's a club. Doesn't feel too confident with his mid irons, do you, Dave?
No, I don't.
So not too confident with those irons. So he's gone for hybrids. He feels a lot more confident, feels like he can get a better strike and be a little bit more consistent. So comment below if that is the same as you, and if you are using the Aero Burner 25 degree vintage 5 hybrid.
I think it's about 2015, you know.
2015. It's been through the wars by the looks of it. It's seen some shots, and you will have seen that from the thumbnail. The face is pretty much worn out. But we're here at Waterfront. We're on the 6th hole. Dave has got 175 yards, and this is a club that is for that distance.
Yeah.
Carrying what normally, Dave?
Carry about 165 and run out, hopefully, but it's a really soft green, it'll just stop.
Carrying about 165, so if it does land on the front it might stop, but again he feels much more confident in trying to hit a 5 iron off the ground, yeah, or even off a tee. Found that he lost a lot more distance with that than he does with the Aero Burner. So Dave, come on up. So guys, when you go for a fitting, do think about what kind of setups you want, what kind of hybrids you might think about, because you could get a, like Dave has, you could get a 5 hybrid, but it might go a little bit too far. You could then get a 6 hybrid that might go further than your 6 iron, and it might match in nicely. That is a fantastic shot. Landed at 165 using the contours, and Dave, as you can see by his smile, is chuffed. So here is another one of Dave's newer clubs. So Dave's got a Maverick Pro forward, 23 degrees, so only 2 degrees different obviously to his 5 hybrid, which he did have an Aero Burner, but he did get a fitting for a hybrid. This one works out better. A 70 gram regular shaft KBS. You do like a KBS, don't you, Dave?
I just, whatever the process I've been fitted for, that's what I go with.
So Dave goes with whatever he's fitted for.
You know, that's the thing to do there, literally, the professionals.
So Dave uses these off the tee as well as on the fairway. So again, versatility wise, he also uses them around the green. We might be able to show you that here. Hopefully Dave doesn't miss the green, but he might do. So it is a club that Dave can use everywhere. So on the tee, on the fairway, maybe around the greens for a bump and run. And that's why Dave prefers it. Again, being nice and shallow, the clubs that he can pick off nicely, even in the winter. Great clubs to have for Dave, because he's not going to be taking divots. It's going to be nice and shallow. He can clip it off the top. One place Dave said he does sometimes struggle with it is in the rough.
Yeah.
But again, he's trying to be shallow.
The marks on the top of it.
And hence a few of the good old sky marks. So yes, something that people misunderstand sometimes when you are in the rough. It has been known to be called a rescue. Before it was called a hybrid. Doesn't mean that it's rescuing you from any lie. So if you are in the thick rough, just because it said rescue on it doesn't mean that it's going to rescue you from there. We might need an iron from that situation, a little bit more angle of attack to get it out, not probably shallow with this, as we can see by Dave's roof marks. But Dave's going to get this teed up, his 4 hybrid, and we're going to see how far that gets him down there, and then again get him to hit it off the fairway. Good shot, bit off balance, drawing up that left hand side, so might not be quite getting there. We'll get as close to the green as possible. Dave's a converted man to the Kirkland. It lives on. It's seen 18 holes this morning and so far 6 this afternoon, so reasonable lie there. So it's sat on the top of the grass. It's not too thick at the moment. There's not much water on the ground. It's not wet, so we're not going to get that club snagging. So Dave's going to go for his 4 hybrid again, because we can get nice and shallow, we can pick that ball up and we can get it down there. So Dave's not going to reach from here. We've got around about 225 yards. downhill into the breeze. Again, it's a club that Dave would use from here. He's very confident with this, more so than, let's say, if he had a 4-iron.
I wouldn't dare touch a 4-iron.
Again, great strike there, nice little draw, just left of the flag. He'll do its best, it'll only be just be short there, Dave. So again, a great shot there, nice and easy out of the rough to get that ball launching, and we can see it's a long way down there. Right, so a cracking shot from Dave. We're just short of the green, so we're showing the versatility here. How many people get a wedge out here? It's a very tight lie on the fringe, and we duff it, we lead with a leading edge, we fat it, it goes 2 yards in front, and we're thinking, I've just hit 2 great shots to get here. So Dave's going to grip down it, treat it like an extended putt. You see there, it's just a similar motion to his putting. It's going to land probably a couple of yards in front of him, just like that, and it gets into a nice little roll coming up the hill.
Do you know what? I mishit that as well, and that's just worked out perfect.
And Dave just said there, if you did not hear him, he's hit that, well, he's mishit that, and it's worked exactly. So it's not come out perfect, and that's gone to 2 feet. So even a bad mishit shot there with an iron, like I said, we would have ended up just here. But with that, we've managed to get up there for a tap in for Dave.
Bonus.
And we've hit 3 hybrids, and we've got out of there with a par. So guys, that's Dave's 2 hybrids that he does carry at the moment. So again, think about what kind of strike you get, what kind of swing. Are you somebody who's steep? Are you somebody who's shallow? Because if you have a shallow swing, hybrids are going to work much better for you, as Dave's shown out there, than a 5-iron or a 4-iron. We're never going to want to use it. We're constantly going to be mishitting it, have no confidence. So 2 great clubs in Dave's bags. We are going to be looking at a 6 hybrid to see how that works with his 6-iron. So that's something we'll be doing in the coming weeks. I'll have to find one to start with, but then we'll see how that fits in with this set. Is he going to then drop his 6-iron? Depending on what golf courses and where he's playing, he might use his 6 hybrid instead of his 6-iron. He might keep it in, he might drop something else, but that's what we're going to figure out, guys. So those are his hybrids. Next week we'll be looking at his irons. As I've said, his 6-iron is his highest iron. We then need to talk about one other massive thing that you need to take into account when you're buying irons that could affect the rest of your game. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you again later in the week.
See you soon.